Todrick Hall has been ordered to pay $100,000 in unpaid rent after being sued by owners of Sherman Oaks home. So Todrick Hall owes more than $102,000 after being sued over unpaid rent at his Sherman Oaks home, TMZ reports. The choreographer and celebrity Big Brother star, 37, was ordered by a judge to pay $100,000 in damages and an additional $2,000 in lawyer fees. TMZ shares citing legal documents and Hall's monthly rent was $30,000. But he had fallen behind on payments per the publication, and a representative for Hall did not immediately respond to people's request for comment. By the way, can you imagine spending 30 grand a month on rent? Okay? That's rent. By the way, like if you were to put that amount of money per month into like the S&P 500, you would retire a millionaire very quickly. And we're going to check out his house tour too because it's hilarious. So, as previously reported in April, the YouTuber was accused of owing $60,000 in rent per legal documents obtained by people. Homeowners Avi Lavian and Orna Lavian shared that the Hall agreed to pay a monthly rent of $30,000, but allegedly failed to do so in both February and March. On March 3rd, Hall was then issued an alleged 3-day notice to either pay or be evicted from the property and reportedly failed to comply by the deadline. And last year, Hall shared that his home was burglarized, and TMZ reported that he lost $50,000 worth of handbags and other personal items. The thieves allegedly broke a home window to gain entry as Hall was staying in London at the time. "I am okay. This happened right after my cat sitter left for the night," he wrote on Twitter. "I'm extremely saddened that most likely this was done by someone I know and trust, but my cats are safe, and that's what matters most to me." The home, apparently the same one where Hall temporarily housed the cast of CBS Big Brother 24 following the season's August finale, was once the subject of a YouTube video titled "Bought My Dream House." In it, he called the 8,000 square foot home, which includes 5 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms, something he fell in love with. By the way, this is such like a lie of like a title for like a YouTube video. Like this is purely clickbait. When you say like, "Oh, bought my dream house. By the way, I'm actually renting it for $30,000 per month. Oh, and by the way, I actually didn't pay the rent." So last year, Hall added to his reality show run as he was announced to be the runner-up on The Masked Singer, where he performed songs such as Paula Abdul's "Straight Up" and Britney Spears' "Circus" while dressed in his bull costume. I would just say that we grow up and we believe in ourselves so much as little kids, and then somewhere along the line, the road starts to pick apart you, and they start to make you realize the things about you that are different, Hall 36 said. So I think that being inside this costume gave me courage, and I just loved being on the show. It was always so fun. Now, this is the video that we're going to be checking out. Bought my dream home, full tour, right? And this got like 551,000 video views, which is probably, depending on his CPM, RPM, all that sort of stuff, he might have made between 4 to 7 grand on this video alone, possibly, not including links to his products and all that kind of stuff, right? Now, before we get into that, he's been on YouTube since 2006 and has nearly 900 million video views, right? And this individual has probably made hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of dollars off of YouTube alone, like YouTube ad revenue alone, not including any of the products that they sell for any other thing, no other income sources or anything like that. So technically speaking, this individual could easily afford $30,000 a month in rent, right? if they're not a moron with their money. But obviously, they are not good with their money because they didn't pay their rent. So let's actually check this video out, right? Let's make sure the volume is all the way up. Let's see.
Here, I have been wanting to buy a home for a very, very, very long time, and this is a dream come true. I saw over 50 homes to decide to get this one, and when I saw this one, I fell in love. I'm talking about that like Ali and Noah Notebook kind of love. But here, come inside. The water fountain's a
By the way, The Notebook is such an old movie.
little loud.
By the way, this is like such a sick house. Like, this is like an amazing house, right? But $30,000 a month? Like, I don't think people really understand how much money that actually is, right? That means like literally every single month you're basically spending like someone's full yearly salary per month on a house that you don't even own. It's rent. You don't even own the darn thing.
Walk in, there's this huge display right here. I love this so much, and I love that there's like a little Andy Warhol thing. You know that my first love.
Oh, let me speed this thing up. Let's see. Playback speed 2 times. Go.
This theater and all things on stage is over the top of the musical. So this is my Broadway room. There was a pool table here when I saw the house, but I decided to put my piano here. I'm gonna play one thing on piano. Anyway, mirrors here. There are 4 more of these Play-Dohs. I say every single Play-Doh from every show that I see. My Kinky Boots are here. I'm never gonna let go of them. And over here is a shelf full of all the little knickknacks. A lot of these things you all gave me when I was a Kinky Boots on tour. Moving right along, there's a kitchen here. This kitchen is the kitchen for the assistants.
Like, this is again a very nice house. It looks like basically everything has like a purpose to it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, why? Like, I don't understand the reasoning behind moving into a mega mansion where you're forced to pay $30,000 in rent that you know you can't afford for what? Okay, the speed is a little bit too fast.
Mike, Sully was too big for this room, but Mike is still standing for now, so he's in here. And I love this refrigerator that looks like an amp, but it's always stocked with, okay. It's refrigerated. It's fully stocked with H2O to keep those vocal cords nice and lubricated. Oh, all I need is a popcorn machine in here, and then the whole ambiance is just so perfect. I love this room so much. Actually, if you could give me a minute, I'm just going to take just a little nap.
Like, this is an awesome theater room, but at the same time, is it like $30 a month? $30,000 a month worth? Probably not.
Tired, it's been a long day. Time to go upstairs. We're on the second floor of the house. There's a lot of stairs in this house, so your girl is definitely getting her cardio in, and these glutes are about to be even more popping than they were last year. This is, I guess you would call it my backyard. I love it so much. I've never seen like a pool that looks like a human fish aquarium before. The first night, my friends and I came out here and we just sat by the fire pit and we shared a bunch of stories, and it was just so relaxing. There's a lounging area out here. This has been like a designated Schitt's Creek area.
Like, I understand someone wanting to buy a property like this, like purchase a property like this. I don't really understand why someone would want to rent a property like this, like at all.
And just watch Schitt's Creek on TV because we live and die for more of those.
That's enough gossip for today, Twyla.
This is one of my favorite areas as well. I would say that about every place because I really can't decide what my favorite part of the house is. You guys leave comments below and let me know what your favorite part is. But this couch, I had a woman that was with Vesta, and shout out to Vesta. Vesta pretty much A lot of this furniture was here, and Vesta allowed me to purchase this furniture from the house, and they gave me a really great rate. I love them so much. If you're looking for some furniture for your place, you got to go check out Vesta. They do all the celebrities' homes in Los Angeles. They probably do like 20 homes a week, and something about their furniture is just so high class and so cool. So thank you so much, Vesta, for giving me the VIP treatment and helping me create the home, my fantasy home, my dream home. Honestly, without Vesta, I don't know what I would have done and how this would have been possible, because you know I live for Pee Wee Herman fantasy. It's still fun and still me, but it's just an elevated version of me. I like it. So thank you, Vesta, for taming me down and make.
By the way, it's so weird to see this video after it was recorded and after it's known that one, this individual didn't buy the house, couldn't afford the rent payments on this house, and basically owns nothing. Like,
Making me still feel cool and sexy in the street. There's a bar. I just recently shot a TikTok with Gary Clayton dancing on this bar. I love this area specifically because I love to host. I love to have people over, and even though I don't consider myself to be a drinker per se, I know all my friends are, and I want to make sure that we're fully stocked. If you want to send wine, the information is in the description below. You can just send it attention to Todrick. I really like white wine. I kind of like the sweet stuff, but I know a lot of people like. There, oh my gosh, I fell in love with the chandelier. It looks like balloons. It's like if the old man from Up came back into the Stranger Things upside down world and the balloons were hanging upside down. Here's the wine cellar. Right now it's just prop wine, but hopefully, my friends have sent me so much wine. I'm not having a traditional housewarming, but I have set up a little registry on Amazon. So if you don't want to send wine, but you want to send something, you can click on my registry. Oh.
like, isn't that crazy? Like, he's like basically asking for people to send him wine, and it's like, wow. It's like this individual doesn't really want to pay for anything themselves for anything in their life.
Only if you want to. No worries. All of you know. This is the kitchen. I love the kitchen. I feel so domestic in here. I can't cook anything. I have been known to even mess up Pop-Tarts. I'm going to take the elevator. I know what you're saying. There's an elevator? Yes, there is an elevator. I'm going to take the elevator and I'll meet you upstairs. Hello. I have to say something really quickly. I was hesitant to even do this because I know that right now is a really crazy time in this country, that I'm going to be shooting so many TikToks from my house, and I didn't want the house tour to be spoiled and for you to see every single inch of the house before I did the house tour. This is my costume right outside my door.
Oh, by the way, so this was, I guess, recorded like a year ago, so basically still kind of during the pandemic ish. I mean, especially in California, wherever they are, they're like going crazy. So it's a little bit funny because basically this is like flaunting wealth, but at the same time, you don't actually have the wealth to flaunt. This is kind of like keeping up with the Joneses when you literally got no money to match up to it.
Because I just wanted to bring a little bit of Oz up here with me. This project, Straight Up Oz, means so much to me. Now, you're going into where all the magic happens. I wanted to have a bed fit for a king, and so I had my boy Marco and my boy Matt Sokoler collab. I created a concept for a bed, and Marco brought it to life.
So what's interesting, right? Like, this person really likes custom made stuff, designer stuff, all that sort of stuff, but yet you can't afford your rent payments. Like, I don't know what this person actually does make per month at all, but what is the excuse of you not being able to make your rent payments?
And every morning I wake up, I open up these doors, and I can look out over the pool and the hot tub, the fire pit, and all that land up there. I plan on landscaping. Okay, so I keep saying that this is my favorite part of the house, but this really was the thing. Like, when I saw the pool, I was like, okay, but she don't really swim that much. And when I saw the bedroom, I was like, okay, it's cute, but without this bed in it, it was like, I've seen bedrooms like this before. But the thing that really sealed the deal for my little gay heart.
I've been getting paid
No, ad.
$1,000 a month, if not more, just from this app on my phone.
Was the closet.
Okay, I mean that's a cool closet. Not gonna lie.
When I walked in here and saw this closet, I said, honey, this is where I want to live. The first night I was in here, I got a little air mattress and just like laid in here on the floor because I was like, I would rather sleep in this closet than to sleep in my room. This is a bathroom. And I love this. When I walked in and saw this matte black bathtub, I was immediately like, Todrick, you are going to be able to live your full, lush bath bomb fantasy. I'm not afraid of a little poop. You know, I'm a person that promotes little robot, but when it comes to me and my poop, it's a very personal situation. So the fact that there are two toilets, his and his toilet, made this house even more enticing because I like to be able to go into my room, do my business, and shut the door so then my future lover feels safe in these nostril streets. This balcony is crazy because it looks like from here that it's just a little small balcony. But when you come around, you see that it's so long. There's so much space over there. I want to put a huge hot tub over there eventually so that I can have like a little private hot tub.
Isn't that funny? It's like, oh yeah, I want to put like a nice hot tub over there. By the way, forgot to pay the rent payments. Getting sued. Evicted. You know.
Because I'm trying to get booed up, and what is more sexy than being able to hop off this bed and then come over here and have a nice little, adult romantic moment, fully clothed, like in or not, or not. Every time that people come.
And the thing is, I mean, look, this property is an amazing property. Everything inside this house looks amazing. Having a hot tub on the balcony would be an amazing part of this property. But this individual is so financially irresponsible to the point that one, they lied about owning the house. Two, they decided to go into an agreement to pay absurd amounts of money per month to rent a house, meaning you're paying a crazy amount of money for no ownership of this property. Three, you can't even pay the rent that you agreed to pay, and also you're getting evicted and sued and all this sort of stuff, right? Like it's just like, why are you so bad with your money that you can't even complete what you agreed to do?
Over here so far, and they get to this point, they're like, great, we love your house. And I'm like, awesome, there's one more floor. This is the gym, and I made a vow to like really focus on my fitness, so I got myself a new treadmill and a new machine over here so I can work. I don't even know what this machine is called because that's how much I don't work out. It's this swimming pool. I want to get my summer body ready so I can go out here and be just like looking good, because the trick bag about this house is usually old Todrick would wait, take off my shirt really quick and jump in the water. But bitch, you can't hide when you got a see-through pool. When I got up to the rooftop and saw this view, it just made me think of the Lion King. I was just like, everything the light touches is all kingdom. I've lived here for years and years and years, and I've never seen these mountains like this.
Now, this would be cool, right? Like, if you were to ever become successful enough to where you could actually own a property like this in a place where you could basically see all over the different buildings, all the nature, see cliffs and all that kind of stuff, right? I think it would be an amazing thing. I think it would be an amazing thing to get to the point in your life where you have enough money coming in where you could afford to actually purchase a home like this. Something that gives like a similar feeling. Like that feeling of like, oh, you made it, you worked hard, and you are living a pretty awesome life now. But the biggest problem that I see when people do these like dream home tours, full tours, all that kind of stuff, right? It's just all clickbait. They can't afford it. They rent everything. They're all faking everything. And it's like, you could literally have an amazing life. You could be financially independent, putting 30 grand a month towards investments. Like, you don't need to try to fake that you are super filthy rich. Being slightly rich is pretty nice. Being middle class is still pretty nice. Like, doing better than living paycheck to paycheck is a pretty nice thing. Like, there's no need to have to fake owning something like this to where you end up actually screwing yourself financially because you know you can't afford to live in a place like this.
So cool to be this high up and be able to see these views. I have three bedrooms in the house left to decorate. One of them will be the Wizard of Oz themed video, so that's off the table. But I want ideas. Last time I had a Beyonce in a 90s room. What do you think the other two rooms in the house can be? You all have great suggestions and I always use them. So I will be going through all the comments to figure out what I should make the last two rooms be. And then I'm sure I'll do a video so you can see the entire process. Thank you all so much. I could work and work and work my ass off, but without you all supporting me, watching my videos, coming to see me on Broadway, buying my album, streaming my album, making my videos go viral and get over 42 million views with Nelson Gift Sales. Without that type of support, this would not be possible. So thank you so much. You have no idea what it means for me as a gay black man in 2021 to be able to own not just a home, but my dream home. I love you so much.
And see, like, this is the thing that, like, bothers me so much about this, right? Like, this individual blatantly lying to their fan base, blatantly lying to their audience, like, because of you guys, I was able to own this home, own this, blah, 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 right? You don't own crap. You lied to your fan base. You lied. You rented it, and you couldn't even afford the rent. So let's actually check out some of the comments because I thought it would be kind of funny, right? Who's here after finding out Todrick is being sued in back rent for this house he claims to have bought? You know what? I'm gonna freaking thumbs up that comment. This house looks like you could rent it for at least 30K a month. Damn. You took living to the next level. How does someone give a tour of their purchased dream home and yet still be sued for back rent on that very home? Then ask for people to send you wine and or merch from an Amazon registry. Wow, this is living life on a level I would have never thought existed. You do you, dot dot dot, crash and burn. The sad part is he owes the landlords $60,000, but he owes half of LA money too. He owes people who cannot afford to sue him, struggling dancers, makeup artists, drag queens, cameramen, editors, etc. I hope they do a class action lawsuit on him because this fraud needs to learn a lesson. I was going to buy tickets for his concert until I discovered that he doesn't pay people and he's a fraud. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. So, it's not just him like literally faking that he owned this stuff, but he doesn't even pay his employees. He even scammed children. Back in the Oz days, he asked money from parents of theater kids to do the play and he never did anything. He is so gross. Dear Lord. As much as I want to be proud of and happy for Todrick, he always comes off unauthentic and disingenuous. It always gives fake it and never make it. Don't let these haters get to you, Fraudrick. I mean Todrick. I'm here to read the comments about his late rent. It is nothing wrong with the option of renting to buy. I will say this, people would not know what is going on if Todrick did not put false things out to the public. I just hope he gets it together. This house is a rental, people. Stop falling for this grifter's lies. Hashtag Fraudrick. Walking through his multi-million-dollar home, asking viewers for wine. I know, I was like, what the heck? According to docs obtained by TMZ, Hall is being sued by blah 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 blah, fed to pay 60K in back rent. They sue claim blah blah blah. Yep. Wow, to think that this man entered into a rental agreement that cost over $350,000 a year during a pandemic blows my mind. And like this is what I'm saying, right? He could easily have become a S&P 500 multi-millionaire in a very short amount of time instead of putting that money into rent. Lives in a mansion but links an Amazon housewarming registry full of laundry detergent, cat food, etc. in the description. Aren't you embarrassed? I am a college student and I would never expect strangers to pay for my groceries like that. If you can pay $30,000 a month to rent a home that's not yours, then you don't need a gift registry on Amazon. Although the funny thing is, you can't even pay that rent. Literally your fantasy home. Like, so this is so sad, right? So happy for each other, wishing them blah 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 blah. So like, there's so many people that actually wish this individual the best, right? And then you got people who are like realize what's actually going on, right? It's the fake Gucci bag for me at 725. LMAO perfectly describes this entire situation. It was so obvious he was living beyond his means. Ain't nobody buying a house like that and then begging for fans to buy him paper towels on Amazon. Todd in over his head, and it's time he got his comeuppance. Girl, bye. Now we need a my dream home is getting repoed because I can't pay my rent video. Turns out this is a rented house. Todrick is being sued for $60,000. See, like this is so sad, right? Because there's so many people are like, yeah, congratulations, that's awesome, blah 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 blah, right? Congratulations. And then like 6 months goes by and they're like you lied to us. You just blatantly lied to us. It's sad, right? This is honestly like really really sad for someone to do something like this. And the thing is, like, there's nothing wrong with deciding to rent a home, but it is wrong saying that you bought your dream home when you didn't. Like, that's just crappy. Like, it's a really crappy thing to do. Feel free to give your thoughts on this. I thought this was like an interesting thing because this is kind of like one of the perfect examples of not living beyond your means. Like, do not live beyond your means. Don't be like this individual and completely screw yourself financially and look like a joke because this person just looks like a joke, right? You completely lied to your fans. You try to keep up with the Joneses when you couldn't, right? You were spending money like crazy. You don't even have the moral ethics to stick with the contracts that you signed. Apparently, you don't even pay your employees. It's like, dear Lord, like, what are you even doing? If you want to learn how to get out of debt and master your money so that you never end up getting to a situation where you are living beyond your means, go to 40inbox.com or go down below because this is just sad.